Good morning and good coffee. D'Addario. It's not D'Addario, it's just an IKEA cup. But it looks strikingly similar to the D'Addario logo, so in blue. I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit verklempt. No, I'm a little bit pissed off because some guy just rang my doorbell and they're fixing my street next week. And technically not such a bad thing, but we've been fighting the city for months now because they want $8,000 from me. I have 4 meters on my street. It's not that long. And they want $8,000, so my brother on the other side of the street is supposed to spend 36,000 euro. He's gonna have to sell the house so that the street can be fixed. And apparently this is how it's done. We're supposed to spend 75% of what it costs. There are other systems in place in other cities, just our city is not really interested because, you know, hey, why? So the guy just rings the doorbell and says, hey, we're gonna do this. I'm like, yeah, I just, nah. I'm gonna put up a camera on my balcony, filming everything. If they slack off just a minute, I'm deducting that shit. I'm sorry. Back to fun. Where am I gonna get $8,000 for the street? Hey, so one of you, it's my trusty unboxing knife. I know I used scissors the other day and you guys were like, where's the unboxing knife? Where's it? Who gives a flying rat's ass? So here it is, the trusty unboxing knife. One of you guys asked me in a private message, so private, ooh, I'm sorry, about the BCB-60 from Boss. Is that a good pedal board? And I had no freaking, I don't know. So I check it out on the web and look at it. I'm like, hey, it comes with cables and power and everything. And for that price, not bad. Obviously, it's top loaded. You can only put a couple of pedals in. But I said, hey, boss, let me check it out and tell this guy what I really think. And so that's what we're doing. Just arrived. And hopefully some other goodies for the insane Boss Pedalboard at the Musikmesse. It's gonna be an insane ES8 loaded board. And Rainer Simon just wrote me, hey, how clean can you get that underneath? Because we want to put it up and put a mirror underneath so people can see what it looks like underneath. Yeah, great. No pressure on me there. So my evidence audio cables and everything have to be a little bit longer so I can really make it nice. I see some pedal boards that are so pretty and so perfect. Don't know if I can do this. But it also gives me the opportunity to put the chocolate by Chocs underneath and show that off. So I'm sure Chocs is gonna like that. But no pressure there. So hopefully we're gonna have, yes, we have some extra goodies to put in there, which is Waza Craft. Waza. Okay, I had some coffee. We have the Waza Craft blues driver, which apparently sounds like a blues driver, just when you wazza it up, it sounds better. According to Sean Pierce Johnson, who already reviewed it. Where did he get that? Does Boss love him more than me? So, Waza Craft means, you know, handcrafted. It's not handcrafted, but it means craftsmanship. So, kind of tough to get to the little switchy if you have little dainty fingers. So, the blues driver is a great pedal. I really like the sound. I did the Thomann demo. That's why I know. But then you go and you switch it, and apparently it changes its character. That's going to be on the board, because it's Waza. We're going to have some Boss stuff on the board, but we're going to have a lot of other goodies on the board. We're going to actually have a board on the board. That's my plan. Let me show you. This will be on the board. So there's going to be a 2-layer thing. And we're going to have good stuff on here. Of course, we have a separate MIDI looper on top. And of course, we're going to have the Dev Hen Rexiac, because every good board needs a Dev Hen Rexiac. So that thing is going to be in Frankfurt. And since Milos doesn't have a booth or anything, people are going to be like, what? What is that? Why is this ugly bald man there with Devin Townsend and Rex Brown? Okay, then we have... They put a lot of manuals in here. a manual can't. It's really not funny. And then we're gonna put as our reverb, just because, you know, it's a nice one, the RV6, which is actually really neat and rather inexpensive. I think it's under 150 bucks, I think. And it's got a delay mode, which is way cool, which is reverb and delay. Shimmer dynamic, room, hall plate, spring, and modulated. I did the Thomann demo for this. Check it out on the Thomann website. For the price, really nice reverb, boss quality. Can't really break this even with a tank. It's gonna be the last thing in the chain on our big porn board. Thomann marketing. What do they want? What do you guys want from me? I'm doing stuff. Please don't. Please don't open this side. I don't know. So I guess this is what it looks like. This is kind of a neat concept. I think unboxing knife. As far as I can tell from what I've seen, this is a cool board for, let's say, pedalboard beginners. Because when you get a pedalboard, you're going to need a power supply. That's gonna run you at least about 100 bucks, unless you get the Harley Benton power plant, which isn't that great, really. It's not isolated. Then you need cables. Well, cables are gonna cost you quite a bit of money. And then you need the board, and preferably a board with a case, and that's gonna cost you quite a bit of money. And all that stuff is going to add up rather fast. Now, this is pretty much all in one box. Let me see. Padded, nice. Okay. First thing I'm gonna say is how. How does this, what? Ah, it detaches. I'm like, what? Okay. How long is this gonna last, boss? I assume it works. So, and then we have this board with some extra padding and gold-plated patch cables, which are rather long. Okay, so there's an extra slice of padding, and we've got power, gold-plated patch cables, everything in here. And we even have a little patch bay here for outputs. So inputs, send. So you put your guitar in here, send to the pedals. And then you return here, and then your output just, and it's actually a stereo output, which is pretty cool. Let's see what it is. That is our little power cable. Come on! Power cable, and it comes with a power supply, which is neat. Obviously it's not going to be isolated, but we're going to test it and see how she rolls. Now, of course, it looks like this is made for Boss pedals, but we're going to test it. Wow. Okay. We're going to test it with some combinations. You know, I'm going to do this right now. We're going to put together a little Boss board. This is neat. You can unscrew this right here, and you have a channel for your cables. Okay, boss, neat, very neat, very nice. I like it. So let's put it together. We film this, and then we're gonna take a look at it. We're gonna do this all right now, because I don't have time for this, so we're gonna do it right now.
Between my lightning and thunder,
So yeah, I mean, that literally, I cannot say that word. That literally was one of the easiest setups I've ever really done. You just pop out the... I put it up here, how about that? You just pop out the really firm foam. You can pop out a bigger portion and then just use Velcro, works fine. There's even an extra piece of foam that you can cut out. It already has holes in the corners. What are the holes for? There are little screws here that actually hold the foam in place. I have to say, well, I've got only 2 Boss pedals on here, and I have to say I'm very impressed that other pedals seem to fit rather nicely. This KHDK feels rather big, but it fits absolutely snug. This TC electronic, totally firm. Well, the Simble just sits in here, but with the cables attached, still works nicely. I don't even think you would have to Velcro that down. As you could see, the dig, I didn't even dig a hole for it, which I could have done. I could have just cut that out and Velcroed it down, or maybe just put it in snugly, but I just put a piece of Velcro on the foam and the dig is held firmly in place. I love this cable channel here, and it's so cool. I mean, this is a top-loaded board which would usually look very dirty, very cables everywhere, and there aren't. There are no cables. I used 1 strip of Velcro, which is cool, but my pedals are firmly in place. Now I can plug the guitar in here. It should go into the Simble, the Blues Driver, the KHDK Ghoul Screamer, the Viscous Vibe, then the dig, then into the reverb, which is going stereo just in case. I mean, the cables were there. Stereo. So they have 3 long cables and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 short cables, perfectly timed, perfectly picked. And okay. Then you go in with your power supply over here. Okay, plug it in, and distribute the power. And I was like, wow, the power's gonna lie around everywhere. Well, it's not, because I tucked it into this cable strip. You can still put picks or whatever you want, or maybe your little power strip thing here. You could even tie this down. I could even wait. I'm an idiot. I could have even put this. I probably could have put this. But yeah, you probably want this. Yeah, you need the length. So this is a very neat, for a top-loaded board, a pretty neat board. Should we check it out? You know what comes out of it. So we're gonna go out here into the Deluxe 20, and obviously you could have pedals in your effects loop. Have these 3 or these 4 in front of the amp, then go out and run it into your amp. Actually, you could, let me see. Yes. What you could do, go through these 4, then run out into B, and then out into the amp. Then from the effects loop of your amp, come back over into output A, which is then an input, run A into the dig and the reverb, and then run out of the reverb back into the effects loop of your amp. So you would have 1 cable in here and 1 cable directly into the reverb. No, 1 cable in here, out of B into the amp, and then use a patch bay kind of like to put these in the effects loop. So you can still have something in the effects loop. Wiring has to be a little bit different, but it works. So I'm just gonna set up a sequence here for you guys, because of course I didn't do that ahead of time. Would have been nice if I had done that ahead of time, wouldn't it? That means we're switching to the other mic and Cubase again. Why do I'm not prepared. My keyboard, sorry. We're gonna go back here and just start recording. Hello, 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 mic level. Good. And we have this guitar cable, and technically we're good. Of course, the guitar that's hanging here is the Multiscale RG7 Ibanez Metal Monster. But you know what? Why not? Because obviously the blues driver, the Simble, and the KHDK are all metal pedals. No, they're really not. So everything is, some things are on here. Let's see, level tone. We're gonna have to bend over here. All right. Okay. Yeah. Everything off. It helps if you can read. I went into the stereo output. We're gonna have to go into the mono. Good that I cabled both of them. What are we gonna use? We're gonna use I Love Me a Good Spring. Let's go to shimmer. Delay, shimmer. There you go. Power supply seems to work fine. I hear no wee or anything. Now that's a cool soundscape. like that jump on the Viscous Vibe. I know it's supposed to slow down and then release. You can set this to true bypass, which I recommend because that jump is just not happening in volume. You hear that? I'm not happy with that. Now that Simble. Let's check out the blues driver while we're at it. Of course, with that guitar, that is made for the blues driver. I know you're gonna bitch. Why are you testing? It's not a test. I'm just noodling around. Blues driver has a very girthy kind of sound. I know Sean P.S. Johnson, check out his channel, Sean P.S. Johnson. He described it more adequately, more eloquently, not just but that's what it sounds like. It's kind of dirty, filthy, beery. It's got a beery kind of, it's like you can see the beer almost tipping over on the pedalboard. That's what it's supposed to sound on the custom side, there's a standard and custom side. I'm going to assume S and C without having read anything about it. On the custom side, it sounds thicker in the mids. It's even fatter. So I'm thinking in standalone, this is probably how you want it. Let's see how it can push the H and K. Alright, now I got the volume down on that channel. Neat! I'm a fan. You know, the name Blues Driver really works. Obviously, this is not necessarily the guitar to do that with, but why not? By comparison, this Tube Screamer type pedal is now kinda weak. Of course, it does what a Tube Screamer is supposed to do, and it does it extremely well, so don't get me wrong. But you're gonna have to push a channel with it. behind each other. Yeah, this is a neat board. This stacks well with this. I'm pretty sure you can get a lot of different sounds using those 3 lower gain overdrives, or just overdrives, no distortion pedals. Viscous Vibe gives you, and then, I mean, this, I'm impressed. I don't quite remember how much this board is. I think it's under 150 bucks, something like this. And everything comes together, and now let's see. I would do this. Pretty much leave this plugged in. Just throw this in here somehow. Now, how do you click this back in? Hey, that works. Well, the Strymon pedal is a little bit higher than it's supposed to be, but come on, done. Rubber feet, so it didn't slip in any way. This is a really nice product. So what do I think? Hey, come fuck on. First of all, Blues Driver, way to go, Waza Craft. D'Addario. It even works now if I'm not even holding the D'Addario cup. Hey, D'Addario, how about sending me more D'Addario cups? Because what if it's in the wash, you know? I mean, I can't just drink out of a dirty cup all the time. What do you think? Why do you want me to drink out of a dirty cup? Are you insane? Different topic. For beginners, killer. Obviously, 6 pedals, preferably 6 Boss pedals. But you can see you can put anything in here. Everything comes ready to go in a nice, relatively sturdy package. I wouldn't, you know, stand on this, but still, you can see you can even put a Strymon pedal on here. The power works is 2000 milliamps, which is really enough for most of what you would want to do. It's obviously not isolated, but you could see with 3 digital pedals, I had no problem with high frequency feeping or whatever. So this is a well-designed product. After all the ES8 madness, who would have thought? I'm sorry, ES8's a killer product if you can handle it. Are you man enough to handle the ES8? Are you? Thanks, Rainer. BCB-60. Don't know what I'm going to do with this now. It's going to go in my pedalboard graveyard over there. You should see that room. It's crazy. One day I'm just going to have a whole room of pedalboards. I'm going to fill them all up and then take a picture. I don't know. So, thank you again. See you guys. I'm going to clean up.